So this is about the combination of numbers 20 dash 2. So not 22, but it's 20 dash 2 if you have that in your soul contract chart. The 20 is a double meaning number and it means war to peace. And I did have this number, it explained a lot about me, but I did have this number when I had my married name, but I just recently, like about 6 months ago, changed that because I just didn't, after I got divorced, and I was divorced for a long time, just didn't change it back because I don't know. I thought it was going to be too hard or who knows what. But, anyways, recently changed that back, but I can definitely see this number in me. But it means war to peace. So you have some internal beliefs that are untrue. And so that causes you to go to war within yourself. It causes you to go to war with other people. And this came from your parents, or it could have come from a past life too, but most likely it came from your parents. And so you may have had like a really strict religious or rigid upbringing where there was just like this was the only thing that you know you had to believe, and so this is just causing a lot of problems for you, especially if it's in a karmic area. But these two sides of you are going to be conflicting with each other, like the truth and this so-called truth that you were brought up to believe. And it's actually very simple. It just ends when you decide to stop fighting. So you're going to have to walk away from like conflict with other people. And then that's going to stop once you decide like you're not going to fight anymore, then you won't like manifest those situations in your life where you're fighting all the time. And if you don't work this out, like something bad could happen. You might just take it a little too far and then something really bad could happen. So this is definitely something that if you have this, you're gonna have to work this out, especially if it's in a karmic area. But it's also that you have to stop fighting against yourself, right? So fighting like which is true, is this true, is that true? No, just let it go and be open to find the truth. But yeah, the first thing you have to do with this number is you have to just say and commit yourself to not fighting anymore, either with yourself or other people. But it's really fun if you have it on in a positive area, or if you can work like this will be the goal of this number, is that you're always like searching, you're always exploring, there's always something you're interested in. You will never retire. So if this is one of those, if you have this, or the people that, let's just say they're just like working every day at a job they don't really like, but they're just like, well, I just got to make it to retirement, then they probably don't have this number in their chart. This is a number that you're just always going to be interested in something, which means you're always going to be pursuing something. And then it also, in a talent area, or maybe if you have it somewhere else that you're have a more positive aspect of it, is you're going to be interested in things that your family and friends are not interested in or know nothing about. And you're going to do really well in therapy too, because you can actually, you're like interested, and you're always searching too for these parts of yourself that need healing. So you can actually do really well in therapy with this number. And then the number 2, we've already talked about. I could put that video up after this one, but this is also the double meaning foolishness to wisdom. So this is the one that if it's in a karmic area, then you make really impulsive decisions without considering past experiences, and you could be really rigid. And you're not resilient. So if something happens, it really like knocks you down. So that's if it's in a karmic area. But if it's in a talent area, then you are really resilient. You're that place that people, can kind of land because you give them, when they're having trouble, then they can kind of land with you and get their bearings back, because you can give them that support to do that. And if you have the 20-2 in a karmic area, then like I was just talking about, you're going to be super rigid and you're going to have a hard time changing. You probably were raised in a very religious and rigid family. You're scared to really explore any new belief systems because that's just, again, not accepted. And that's something that you're going to need to work through, because if you can get through the karma, like these two numbers together are actually really great. If you can just work on that, rigidity and stuff, if it's in a karmic area. But if it's in a talent area, then like I said, you're always looking for something new. You're always trying something new. You're very flexible. You're always taking new classes or, maybe getting another degree or who knows what, but there's just always something on your horizon that you're going for. And the goal of this number is, you're not really going to ever retire. You're going to be expanding for your whole entire life. It's good for business. You probably take a lot of different paths, and so then you can help other people find their path because you've like done a lot of different things. And then if it's in a soul destiny, you just have to be flexible so that you can let this creativity flow through you, so that you're not rigid, you're not stopping yourself, you're not afraid, you're just letting it flow through you so that you can learn your new next thing. So I'll put the 2 video up if you want to watch that. But if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll put the link to my website in the description. If you want me to do like a full reading on your chart, I can do that. Or all of the numbers are in there too if you want to read about them. And they're here on YouTube too. And if you don't know how to calculate it, I can show you how to do that too here on YouTube and on my website.